Hey guys, today I'd like to take a minute and show you my concealed carry weapon of choice and the rig that goes with it. The gun that I carry is a Glock Model 22 in 40 Smith & Wesson. This is a full-size Glock, 4.5-inch barrel. Weight empty is 23 ounces. It comes with a 15-round magazine. Alright, I bought this gun 8 years ago used for $400. Came with 2 of these. I have since then bought 8 additional. Sounds a little excessive, but they do wear out. Alright, now this magazine looks plastic, and it is, but inside the plastic is steel. Okay, when I first bought this gun, since it was used, I had absolutely no idea how hard it was used, how many times it was fired, if it was a police trade-in, etc., etc. So the first thing I did was I bought 2 rebuild kits. I bought a 13-piece parts kit for the slide. I bought an 11-piece parts kit for the lower receiver. Replaced all the pieces, so for all intents and purposes, it's a brand new gun. Now, first thing I did after replacing these pieces was I took it to the range, put it on a bench rest, and fired a 5-inch group at 33 feet. Now, 5 inches at 33 feet might be acceptable for government work. It's certainly accurate enough for self-defense purposes, but I myself like my handgun slightly more accurate. So I went out, since these things are tinker toys and you can get parts for them all over the place, I went out and I bought a couple of different things. First thing I did was I changed the sights from factory to fiber optic. As you can see, they glow in daylight. Red front, green back, perfect contrast. Just to add my personal touch to it, I replaced the slide stop with the Gaspin flag. I don't know if this will focus, but it says "Don't tread on me." Okay, a couple of other things that I did to it. I replaced the cheap, flimsy plastic recoil spring with a Wolf tungsten steel captured guide rod. Now this is steel, it doesn't flex, right? It's not going to wear out very easily like the plastic ones will. And what that does is allows the action to lock up a little tighter without any flex or sway, hopefully increase the accuracy. Next thing I did was I replaced the factory barrel with a Storm Lake stainless steel match barrel. Alright, as you can see, it's a 22 40 Smith & Wesson, absolutely drop-in piece, broach cut rifling. And after I installed all these pieces, I took it out to the range. I sat it on the same bench rest, fired at a different target at 33 feet, and I started nailing 2.5-inch groups. That's a lot better than 5 inches, and I will take it any day. My groups get smaller if I'm having an especially good day, but 2.5 inches is quite adequate. Okay, now the holster I carry all this in is a Don Hume Model 721 OT. Now OT stands for open top, and open top means that there is no straps or retention devices whatsoever. What it does have is this little leather flap, right? This is a body shield, and what it does is it keeps all metal parts away from my body when I'm wearing this under a t-shirt. Okay, now this holster is molded and made specifically for a Glock Model 22. Would it hold a Glock 17 or, you know, any full-size Glock? I'm assuming it will, but not quite so good. Dimensions are from the various full-size Glocks are different. So if you have a 17, get a holster for the 17. If you have a 22, get a holster for the 22. If you've got a full-size 10mm, get the holster for that. once all this is back together, I'll show you how it fits in the holster. Now, alright, it's pressed in and it's not that easy to remove. Okay, and when you're wearing it on a belt and these are pulled tight, it's even harder. It takes, at my guesstimate, 8 to 10 pounds of pressure to remove this pistol from the holster. So it's not going to come out very easily, even if you get into a scuffle with somebody, if it's not exactly at the right angle. I wear this strong side behind the hip, by the way. It lays pretty much flat against my back, doesn't imprint much on my shirt, but it's still quite accessible and easy to get to in the unfortunate event that I may need it. Okay, I also don't carry my magazines in +1 configuration. They say, oh, 15 rounds in the mag, 1 in the chamber, you got 16, that's fine. I load 15 rounds in the magazine, I chamber 1, so the magazine is always 1 short. Alright, the reason I do that is to try to keep from stressing the magazine as much as possible. I know a fully loaded magazine will not hurt it. An empty magazine doesn't hurt it. But I really don't see any necessary reason to carry 16 rounds, because if you can't do it with 15 rounds, well, you're in trouble anyway. Alright, that being said, moving along to the ammunition that I choose. Alright, my ammunition of choice for carry is from Double Tap Ammunition. The round that I carry is the Barnes TAC XP solid copper bullet. This is the 140 grain, advertised velocity at 1240 feet a second from a 4-inch barrel. Now, I have chronographed a few of these, and my average velocity is 1252 from a 4.5 inch barrel, which puts it in the same range energy wise as a 357 Magnum. Okay, this is what the round looks like. Alright, nice shiny nickel plated case. Okay, I'll shine a light here so you guys can see. Alright, that hollow point goes all the way down basically to the base of the bullet. It will expand 2.5 times the original diameter. And I use solid copper for enhanced barrier penetration. Okay, now somebody's going to ask me, why do you want enhanced barrier penetration in a self-defense round? Well, the reason for that is self-defense is not always somebody trying to mug you and he's only 5 feet away. Self-defense could be somebody is very, very upset at you and is trying to run you over with his car. And enhanced barrier penetration means that the ammunition I choose to carry will go through the windshield and strike the guy trying to run me over. Okay. Anyway, so you know, that's my getup, my rig, if you will. Just like to close the video by saying I am a firm believer in the Second Amendment rights, and no, it does not mean the right to hunt. The right to keep and bear arms was put into the Constitution with the tyranny of King George III in mind, and an armed population cannot and will not be controlled by its government. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments, add them down below. Alright, thumbs up if you want, thumbs down if you like. Alright, if you really like the video, subscribe. Okay, take care and keep shooting, guys.